So what we're going to do tonight are three things, most likely. We're going to show you the anatomy of a trade for me from beginning to end, start to finish. Number two, we are going to review some of your trades you took today. And then number three, I'm going to give you a nice pep talk at the end of this class. So we're looking at 90 minutes or so. Strap in. If you got time tonight, I have all the time in the world, and I'm excited to spend it with you all. What I want to start with is I want someone to, we're going to do a raffle. The third person to correctly get this answer will pick the stock that I'm going to go through. What is my middle name? All right, the third person to type it into the chat pane. So we got Rickman, Jenna, and Steve. All right, Steve got it correct. Middle name, Alexander. Someone said money. That's awesome. Oh, it's the best. All right. So Steve, you were the third person to correctly type in my middle name. What stock do you want me to go and just analyze from beginning to end? Tesla. Okay. And Ken Fuji, I want you to pick any day of the week in the last 3 months. So some random, not like a one day, like an actual calendar day. Calendar day on Tesla. January 4th. Okay. Beautiful. January 4th. All right. It's a Saturday. So we'll go with the 7th. All right. I'm going to go with the 7th. And what did I do wrong? Oh, 2003. Sorry. Hold on. Oh, that's good. That's good. 2023, 01, and 04. Got it. All right. This is going to be perfect. Great example. All righty. So what I'm going to do is this is the 3-minute chart. Now I've started it, so I can't see the daily chart for this day yet. So I'm going to show you the exact process that I do. And I will delete all my lines. I can always draw them later. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so we're going to start with the monthly chart. And on the monthly chart, what moving averages, boys and girls, am I going to be reviewing on all time frames? Let's go pull it up. 10, 20, 50, EMA, 100, 200, SMA. All right. On the monthly, weekly, daily. Okay. So here we go. Here's the monthly chart, and I'm going to click on the long-term moving averages. So the 100, 200. So the 100 is at 88.95. So I'm going to have a line there. So that line is going to tell me, hey, there's something down there. But there's no 200 because Tesla hasn't been around for 200 months yet. It's coming very soon, but it hasn't happened yet. So therefore, no 200 simple moving average. Now we're going to go to the 10, 20, and 50 EMA. And is there a line that's relatively close that I probably need to draw in here? We're looking at this. We got the 10, 20, and 50. There's this green line right here. So this green line's like right in front of where we are. So that would be the 50. So we probably should draw a line there. Would you all agree? All right. So we got a line at the 50. So now monthly chart's done. Now we're going to go to the weekly. And on the weekly, we have the 10 EMA here. And that's really it. I mean, honestly, we're pretty far away from all the other ones, so we don't really have to draw those right now, but we're pretty far away from those presently. We're going to go to the long-term moving average and the 100, 200 on the weekly chart. So the 100, 200 on the weekly chart is right here, this red line. Would you all agree? So I'm going to draw a line there. And there's no real reason to draw the 100 because it's so far away from the current price action. Now I'm going to go into the daily and I'm going to look at the 100, 200. Would you all agree that the 100, 200 is pretty far away for right now? Like we don't really have to even worry about those at this exact moment. Maybe later we can draw them, but presently they're pretty far away. And then here's the 10, 20, and 50 EMA on a daily chart. So I'm going to draw a line at the 10 EMA. And again, the 20 is all the way up here. All right. Diana says you're drawing a line for the moving averages close to the current price action. Correct. So this is what I'm doing. Once I have the lines drawn, boys and girls, you really don't have to update many of them because they're not going to change that frequently. The daily ones, you're going to have to go in. And so this process how long did that take me? 3 minutes. And I was explaining it. So without explaining it, it takes, 89 seconds, maybe. So now what do these lines mean? That's the question. What do these lines mean? You're going to want to write this little nugget down for me. If you're going to have something on your charts, use it. If you're going to have things on your chart, use those things. So if this is a line and we are below it, what would that line act as? Yeah, it's going to act as a resistance because we're below it. So this line right here, this one down there, what would that line act as? This line will act as support. Yep, you guys got it. So use your lines if you're going to have them on the screen. Otherwise, don't have them on the screen. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw with a different color. I'm going to draw the high of the prior day. And I'm going to draw the low of the prior day. I'm going to do that in purple. So this is the high of the prior day. This is the low of the prior day. So Scotty, you're going to like this one. So if I have a line, right? A line drawn on the prior low of day and the prior high of day, giving me an idea of where we might open. Let's hypothetically say that we open below the low of today. What would this line become? Maybe a resistance? Maybe a little bit of a resistance line? Yep, so that'll become a resistance line. Perfect. So now we have some lines on the chart. Beautiful. So now I'm going to go into the 3-minute time frame. Okay. And that's it. I'm going to pull up the 10 EMA. We're going to see what we can do. Now, for any of my a little bit more, I don't know if advanced is the right word, but I would simply say traders that have a little bit more access to length and liquid capital. Next week, I'm launching a program called the Tesla Titans. I haven't launched it publicly really since October of last year. And the Tesla Titans is a day trading group where all we do is just day trade Tesla. That's it. And we just master it and we only focus in. So we talk about it an hour before market open. We swing trade it, day trade it, options trade it, long-term trade it, so, everything. And we just master Tesla. And it's a really, really good group. That's going to come out under the mentorships next week. The reason I say all that is because I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 more lines with a different color. I'm going to draw a line here. Now, who can tell me why I'm drawing a line here in green and why I'm drawing a line here in green? What would those lines represent? I mean, we're looking at, so these would represent the pre-market high and the pre-market low, aka, yep, just exactly support and resistance, prior support and resistance. We can kind of see that, here on this chart. That makes pretty easy sense, right? There's nothing special about this so far. One thing I would love for you all to do while you're, just for giggles, again, focus on the 10 EMA, absolutely. But a thing that you can always consider doing, and again, I'm just going to throw this out there. Let's imagine that Tesla is a good company. You want to own some long-term. You want to be in it long-term. You think it's going to grow higher. And you see a nice low of day pre-market support. And you're like, you know what? I think today is a good day to buy 10 shares of Tesla and put it into my long-term account. And I'm not going to actively trade it. I'm going to buy these 10 shares. And I'm literally going to expect them to do absolutely nothing I'm going to put them in a savings account, so to speak, and I'm just going to hold on to them for 3 or 4 years. That's your perspective. Could you consider doing that on a daily or weekly or quarterly, monthly basis? Just buy some shares. And the answer is, of course you could, because here's the thing, team. You will always be broke unless you own assets. You will always have to work hard unless you own assets, because assets make you feel rich. Strong fact, right? They make you feel rich. Simple as that. So even if you don't have tons of money right now, and I'm bringing this up kind of because my niece is in town, and I love my niece. She's not here right now. She's not going to watch this ever. She's 19. I love her to death. Obviously, I essentially raised her. My sister had some parenting, challenges at the early part of her life. So when I was, 13, my nephew and niece were being born, right? They were 0 and 1. And I kind of raised them up until the age of 7 and 8. And then I moved out, and then my mom kind of raised them. And then my sister came back into their life, blah, 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 blah. Love my niece. She's amazing. Love my nephew. They're amazing. Obviously, they're family. Don't listen to me at all. Now, for my parents, you get it, right? Especially type it a 2 if you have a child who's over the age of 18, but they're still a giant baby. If they don't do it. So I tell them exactly, like, listen, you need to do this. Like, this is exactly what you need to do. You need to buy Tesla. You need to buy these stocks. They don't do it. All good. Here's the reason I'm bringing this whole thing up is because I'm telling her, listen, obviously she doesn't make that much money, right? She's working. She's she's not loaded. She's working. She's working a job. And she spends money on tattoos. She spends money on clothes. She spends money on randomly driving around in her car. So she's just burning gas, frivolous, dumb things, the exact same thing that I kind of wasted money on when I was 19. So I get it. So she's broke, right? But she's definitely not buying assets. She's spending somewhere around $200 a week on whatever, when she could be taking $100 of that and buying 1 Tesla share a week. And if she did that, her financial game would change in 2 years. Change. Because once you own, I know you all know this already. I'm not telling you something you don't know, but if you own 100 shares of Tesla, you can rent it out just like you can rent out a house. So now you can bring in monthly income. Crazy. So anyway, that's pretty cool. So long story short, I think it's valid for if you just see a really good pre-market support and you're like, you know what, cool. Hey, this is not a day trade. I'm not going to day trade it, but I'm definitely going to buy me some Tesla shares here, and I'm not going to worry about it. I just got paid. I just sold a house. I just got some overtime. I just got a good contract. I just got whatever, right? Whatever money came into your life. You're like, all right, I'm going to buy 10 shares here forever. I'm just going to put this line on there so you can see how easy this is, because obviously we all know that 10 shares is nothing. And we also know that at this exact same time, when we were getting into class, I told all of you to buy Tesla. And had you, let's say you bought it with $30,000, just as an example, you now have $60,000 because it doubled in the course of a month. Type in a 7 if that would have worked with any number. Right, Scotty? Would have worked with 100,000, would have worked with 500,000, would have worked with 10 million, would have worked with 300 million, would have worked with the amount of money. The best thing I know for creating cash flow in existence is the stock market. It's the fastest thing, the easiest thing. The easiest way to make money is sales. Done and done and done, right? You all agree with that, right, Jeff? I mean, if you got neighbors, you got money, okay? Go knock on the door and sell them something. If you got neighbors, you got money. The easiest way to make money is sales. Done and done and done. The fastest way is stocks. You guys write this down? Fastest way is stocks. You can't convince me otherwise. What's the safest way? And I'm underline safe because, it can be up to your definition. I would say normal real estate. Normal real estate, not like, I'm not saying like house flipping or like whatever, doing some kind of crazy cool stuff that takes more. I'm just saying like buying houses, living in them, slowly fixing them up, moving out, renting that house out, that type of thing. The long play, house hacking. Real estate's generally the safest way. Does that make sense? Again, I'm not like, I don't think this is mind-blowing information, but these are three things that if you just like repeat this over and over and over and over and over in your head, it's valuable. Jess has been in sales 20 years and done great, but 100% agree with you. Yeah. Okay. So there's my little rant. Buying some 10 shares long-term. Beautiful. I'm going to buy that support. There we go. Now I'm going to try to 10 EMA the heck out of this thing. And let's just see what happens. I got all my lines drawn. Let's just have some fun. Let's analyze each candle, because that's my analysis, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Now I can go back to the daily chart and study the daily chart. Feel free to write this down. I analyze the daily chart the most before day trading. I am trying to determine the sentiment, right? You want to study the daily chart. That's what you want to do. Daily. Just ask yourself, ask people, go to the all access pass, ask the moderators, right? Get something. Because if I'm looking at the daily chart, we just had an absolutely monster bearish day. Monster. Huge bearish volume. Some of the biggest bear volume that we've had in years, right? Biggest bear volume we've had in years. So question, and this is how I knew that Tesla was going to start to pop. Biggest amount of selling at a 2.5-year low. What do you think that means? This is a big takeaway, guys. Don't sleep on this. The biggest amount of selling at a 2.5-year low. What do you think that would mean? Fear. Yep. Investors dumping. Correct. Bear traders taking profits. They have to only buy from that. Here's the answer. Fear. The bottom of markets are marked by fear. The top of markets are marked by exuberance. Some people call it greed. I don't call it greed. I call it massive exuberance. Ultimate fear, when everyone's like, oh, Tesla's the most worthless company in the world. This is how you find ultimate fear. Huge selling volume at a big low. And the same way you find massive exuberance, would anyone like to guess? Massive exuberance is generally huge bullish volume at highs. Everyone's buying up there. Not surprising that this candle had the third biggest buying volume of Tesla's history. Type in a 2 if that's kind of cool. I do have a video on that. And that's called, if you guys get bored this weekend, exhaustion volume. Just go type that into YouTube. Have an exhaustion volume, real life trading. But generally, once everyone has done something, then the smart money will come in. Exhaustion volume is all the newbies going, I want to buy Tesla. Pega says, is it too late for Tesla long term? Absolutely not. No, we'll talk about it when we get done, but no. Carol said, I learned that from Stephen King. I love Stephen King. He's amazing. All right, so we're doing good. So I'm looking at the daily chart and I'm saying that we're going to start to bounce soon. My assumption, my guess, because I've day traded for a little bit, I think that today is going to be a little bit of a nothing burger candle. It's going to be a pretty small range. So we're about to find out, right? Question number one, are we about to even open below the low of the prior day? The low of the prior day is here. I don't think we're going to open below it. So unless we don't open below here, or we don't go down and hit below there, we might not take a trade at all. Let's just see what happens. All right. So we did buy 10 shares in our long-term account. That's pretty cool. All right. Now, quick question. Tesla traded down to what type of support? Yep, trade down to pre-market support. Now, again, I'm only going to say this out loud for those who are really listening closely. The times that a stock is not opening below the low or prior high of the day, this is what I will do, is I will buy off a pre-market low and sell off a pre-market high. But other than that, I don't do anything. But yes, this did trade down into the pre-market support and bounce. And now we're at the pre-market resistance. And we're probably going to most likely spike up into here and then roll back down. That's just my guess because, we're at pre-market resistance. Nice little spike up. Okay. Nice little spike up. There we go. And there's the rollover. Cool. Now, I agree with all of you right here. I'm with you. I'm in your corner. Type in a 6 if you can actually see that this is a bear candle closing above the 10 EMA. Now, true or false? True or false? This is one of my favorite candles, top 3 for sure. This is like if you took me to a milkshake establishment and I got to pick one of my favorite milkshakes. Just the fact that I'm eating a milkshake, I'm in heaven. But this is like high on the list. Speaking of milkshakes. Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to try and draw the line back on. So what's happening here, boys and girls, just looking at the analysis is, all right, we bounced off support. We broke above pre-market high. This right here is, essentially scalpers or whatever. People were just running it up really quick. And then whoever's selling here are, essentially people who are also scalping or bought down here. So if you bought at 107 and it went to 112, here's a quick question. Let's just say you bought at 108. I'm not saying you would have done this, but if you bought off 108 and we're at 112, that's $4 a share, right? Could you have done that with 1,000 shares and made $4,000 in 8 minutes and then been done with your day? I mean, is it possible? The answer is yes. I like to think about that sometimes. I really do. I like to put myself in this environment because if your mind never sees it, it will never happen in your life. If you never believe that it can happen for you, it will not. So you have to start believing something. Most of the traders that end up not making it is because they believe something in themselves that will make them unsuccessful. Marta says, imagination is everything. It's so true. So true. This is all I thought about when I was young. It's just like, man, imagine making all this money trading so that I can buy all these things for my family and get them out of debt and retire my mom and retire my dad. And I just like dreamed and dreamed and dreamed. I was fueled by pleasure rather than fueled by pain. All right. Enough with the talk. I'm still waiting, just going to see what it does. I'm waiting for a 10 EMA. And again, I'm not saying I would have done this. Yeah, but whatever you done. Diane, I can only say it once. It was for those who were taking quick notes, but it's recorded. Don't worry. So I would be exiting my short right now if I was going to be shorting at pre-market resistance. Again, if you can see the little squiggles right here. So the little squigs, I anticipated a pop up into this pre-market resistance and a sell off because we're not opening above or below. I think we're going to stay within an inside range today. I really do. Okay, now here's a 10 EMA. So I'm just going to draw it just so that we can just see what happens. I'm going to draw a line here, draw a line here. Would you all agree that that would be the 10 EMA setup? Yeah, I mean, here's your bull candle, right? Stop over the bear candle, stop over the moving average. This is a nice little double top, by the way. I do like the double top. And again, I would prefer to short here and have a stop loss up there. That'd be my preference. I'd prefer to get in here I'm going to put that in just so we can just see, because at some point I want to play around with your guys' brains and just show you what you can do. But anyway, since we did not open below the low or above the high, and we haven't taken out the low or the high, we technically shouldn't be taking a trade at all in Tesla. But I'm just going to look, we're just going to, just play with it. Just see what it does. Okay. So again, we would be in that 10 EMA. And there's the chop. There's the trade back up into, so this is where I would like to short personally. If I'm going to play something, this is where I would prefer to do it. Okay. So if you had your entry with the green line, stop right there, you're probably moving your stop down. You're going to put your stop loss right here. And then you get stopped out. Does this sound familiar? Okay. Now, what's interesting about this? Well, pretty simple. It didn't open above or below and hasn't broken above the higher of the day. So you were trading an inside day. What's going to happen when you trade an inside day? Very frequently, you're going to get chopped up. Diane says, I thought it opened below. No, the low of the day is this purple line right here. Low of the day is this purple line. High day is this purple line. We did buy some 10 shares long-term though. So now what I'm going to do, just for the sake of this class and so that we can continue to practice the strategy that actually is what we're here for, we're going to go to the next day to see if we open above or below. Now we can still talk about, Rick says inside day defined question mark. Just like what it sounds like, my brother. It's a day that is fully within inside the prior day. It does not go below the low or above the high of the prior day. These are the days that you do not want to take a trade because it does not open below the low, does not open above the high, does not take out the low or take out the high of the prior day. Therefore, you should not take a trade. These are the days I'm telling you guys to avoid. Now, I can see some trades in here, right? I see a trade there. There is a 10 EMA play right there. Bear candle closing above, bear candle closing above. You could have gone long there, stop loss there, but you just would have lost the bear trade. So again, like it can depend. It can depend. I can see a bear trade up here. I'm not saying that there's no trades ever. I'm just letting you know that in general, those are going to be days that you're going to want to avoid. Dinah says, I just realized we're not looking at yesterday and today. All right. Yeah. Dinah missed the whole Alexander January thing, but it's all good. No biggie. No worries. Yep. So we're back in January. So now we're about to go to another day. So again, team, I'm letting you all know, if you took this bear breakdown, you would have lost money. If you took this potential 10 EMA bullish, you could have made some money, but on it, this was an inside day, right? This was a day it did not have a high or low breach. It didn't open above the high or the low. It just kind of did nothing. And so when this gets to the end, we're going to be able to go to the high and low. Jenna, I don't play extended hours. So I don't buy in here or buy in here. I just draw my lines and buy low, sell high. All right. So we're coming into 8:30. All right. So now I'm going to go back to the daily chart. And on the daily chart, ladies and gentlemen, do we have an inside day? Yes or no? Yes, we do. Okay, so now I'm going to draw the prior high and the prior low of day. Here we go. And then these green lines are going to become the pre-market high and the pre-market low. Ira says, do you still think that a higher high and lower low can be a matter of pennies? Absolutely. I don't think that I know that. 100%. It absolutely counts because people can still get stopped out by pennies. All right. So we got the high and the low of the day drawn. And I also, so very interesting that the previous high of the day is also the pre-market high. And here's the pre-market low right there. Man, my voice is really deep today. I have no idea why. I kind of like it though. All right, let's go a few more candles to 8:30. You know it, Marta. Let's go. Okay, so we got some pre-market resistance up here. We have a pre-market support. Again, the prior high of day is here. The prior low of day is here. So are we opening above or below the high? Carol says, how you doing? What's up, little mama? All right, so the answer is no. No, we're not opening above here. We're not opening below here. Could this still be another inside day? And the answer is, of course. Let's find out. So we're drawing pre-market support. So we have a pre-market low and we have a pre-market high. However, what would be very interesting just to ask, again, based on some just looking at the chart, if we get up here to 115-ish, could I attempt a short to see if it rolls over, make a little bit of money, right? I'm just selling high at that stage. Because again, team, you are all a Picasso of price action. You're going to be painting your own pictures of this stuff at some point. But the thing that really is important, regardless of what you're doing, is you know why you're doing what you're doing, and you know when you're doing it, and you know where you're doing it. And you create that plan ahead of time. You tell yourself, this is what I'm going to do. And if the position or the stock or whatever gets there, you go do that thing. So I'm going to press play because we have a long way to go. Oh, heavens, good Lord. So as soon as the market opened, we just started to tank. So we broke pre-market low, and now it looks like we are about to hit the a new low. Maybe? Okay. Boom. All right. All right, Iris, this is going to be your favorite day ever. Ladies and gentlemen, did we take out the previous low of the day? Yes, we did. Okay. That means we can now play this trade if we want to. So we do have a bull candle. This feels exactly like today. Good night. We have a bull candle here. We have support here because there was the previous low of day. Now we get to see, what are we going to do here? This is a very tricky question because are you going to play a break below this candle, even though there's a support line right in front of you? And here's the way I will answer that question. I will if the stock builds compression and trades sideways for a few candles, or closes below the low, and I'll short a retest. I'm going to leave these on the screen, and we're just going to see what's going to happen. Okay. Let's just find out. A few more candles sideways, I'll take it. So this is a candle sideways. I like that. That's one. Is one a few? Generally not. Okay, we're trading sideways. We are building pressure. This is nice. Uh-oh. We have another sideways candle. Now, this is good. This is an inside candle, and we're on a 3-minute chart. So really good pressure building here. Pressure. Oh, I didn't mean to delete that. Sorry. Pressure is building. I will set this trade up because we are going to learn something for free. I promise you. Now, would I do this trade with real life, with real money? Yeah. Because what's the worst case scenario? What's worst case scenario? I lose money? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. I'm a loser. I'm the worst. You can either lose an R or you can gain a learning experience. It's up to you. You can either lose money or you can donate money to someone else who needed it more than you that day. It puts you in a state of gratitude, right? When you're in a state of gratitude, you're not as upset. You can go, all right, you know what? What I love about trading as a community, and this happens to me all the time. When I lose on a trade, I go through my Slack, and I almost always find someone else who took a similar trade and actually made money. And when I do that, I go, yes, because I'm like, I just gave my money to Nicole. Nicole out traded me on this. I went bullish, she went bearish, and I gave my money to Nicole. And I picture me going to Nicole and giving her money and going, hey, you beat me on this hand, Nicole. Well done. Right? That was Jenna says you gave me your money yesterday. Exactly. I gave my money to Jenna yesterday. Guys, I lost net loss yesterday on Tesla. Does that make sense? It's a pre-framing. It's a reframing. You get to decide, are problems happening to you or for you? You get to make that decision. Okay. Rant complete. Oh, give me a break. This is fantastic, Newsom. What an entry, my guy. Did we get triggered in? Yes or no? Nope. By 7 cents. Yeah. Yes. This is like when I get that milkshake and it makes me lose weight. Oh, man. Okay, we're still not in. Nothing is happening yet. Oh, heavens. Oh, gosh. Oh, geez. This is such a cool learning lesson because did we get triggered in? The answer is no. We got sure dang close, though. We sure all did get old dang close. Man, we got real dang close for sure on that one. What else did we learn? We learned that we're great at picking entries. We learned that this low of day acted as what? What does low of day act as? Yeah, it acted as a support. Do you think there was some wizard out there who bought some shares there? Do you think that there was a robot or an old grandma or your dad or me who had a limit buy to like pick up some shares? Sure. How many shares were traded on that candle? Just a mere 2.2 million. That's all. That's all. Just 2.2 million. And at what price? Let's just call it, to make things easy, 108. 2.2 million shares. That is $237 million. And you're worried about your 16 grand in your bank account? You're stressing out about your IRA? You're living in scarcity and lack when there's $237 million just changed hands in 3 minutes? Vic says, how do you see the number of shares? Easy. And that's a great question. You just hover over the candle and you look up here where it says volume. That's how you do it. Super simple. But isn't that pretty cool? So when I get all poo-poo pants and I'm living in lack and scarcity, and I'm, because it happens to me. It happens to everybody. It happens to other people a lot more than it happens to me. That's for sure. Because it's not because I have more money. It's because I have a better mindset. When something happens to me, I sit down and go, all right, how can I learn from this? How can I be in gratitude? How can I overcome this objective? Right? Don't ask for things to be easier. Ask to be stronger, as Jim Rome says. So if I'm over here all like, woe is me, I sometimes just sit down and go, wow, $237 million just changed hands in 3 minutes. And I'm over here worried about a $550 bill. Now, because when you think about it, when you think, oh, wait a minute, I'm about to NSF out of my checking account. I got this $500 bill I got to pay. And if I pay it, I'm NSF. What an idiot. You can think that, or you can go, how can I create more value in my life and be a better human being so that this stops happening to me? It's just different questions. Different questions get different answers. We didn't get triggered into the trade. We're waiting for a 10 EMA. Give it to me. Close above. Oh, close. Close. All right. We're waiting. We're waiting. Wow. Still waiting. I bet it's going to get down that support again and bounce. Sure is. Look at that. Look at this. We're waiting. Bear candle close above, close above, close above, close above. Oh, so close. Still waiting. Come back down to low of the day. Easiest trade I've ever seen in my life. I haven't seen an easier trade than this in a long time. All right, team. Question. Is this a bull candle closing below the 10 EMA? Yes or no? Yes, it is. Is it occurring at support? Yes, it is. Is it a hammer? Yes, it is. Are we building compression and compressor at this support? Yes, we are. If we, I'll take this trade all day. I don't even care if I lose on it. I'll take this trade with $1 million risk unit, a $10,000 risk unit. Who wants to take this trade with $1 million risk unit with me? In their minds. I mean, like, let's play a game. Let's dream for a second. Who wants to lose $1 million or win more than $1 million on this particular trade? Yeah, let's put our mind there. Because you guys say, yeah, it's paper money. Money is paper. That is true. Carol says, I don't want to lose $100. Start getting that mind right, baby girl. Start practicing. That's all I got to say. Practice the mind first. I'm telling you. Because you're going to lose $100. That's a fact. Yeah, it's a guarantee. It's not even like an almost. All right, here we go. Have we triggered in yet? Have we lost $1 million? Nope. Wow. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. What just happened? What just happened? Are we in? Are we in this? Now, question. Be serious. Is your heart beating a little faster right now? Oh, I know it is. You addicts. You crazy addicts. I love it. I love it. Because your brain is already sensing something that's not even real yet. It hasn't even, it's like less than real. Oh, man. But what's cool about that is you can start to recognize, team, this is why I'm doing this exercise. You can recognize when you start to get emotionally convicted, when you're like, oh, my emotions are coming. What should you do? If you can recognize, you can ask yourself, am I nervous? Is my heart beating faster? Am I nervous? If you start getting, what should you do? Walk the fuck away. You should get the fuck out of this room and go hang out with somebody else for 10 or 15 minutes. Is that making sense? Because if you know that you're just like, oh man, you want to be able to take a trade and go, okay, I'm not emotionally convicted on this at all. By the way, that's why I tell people to walk away. Because there's zero chance you're better than me. Zero. And I get nervous on every single trade. So I walk away on 99% of them for a period of time. Is that fair? Listen, come at me, right? You're when you're trading, you're trying to beat me anyway. That's fair. That's good. There's zero chance that you're going to be less emotionally compromised than me right now when you're trading. So you got to start building that muscle now where you're like, you know what? I don't even care, dude. It's all good. Whatever. Play it out. I'm going to go use the bathroom. I'm going to go wash the dishes. I'm going to go do some push-ups. Okay. So here it goes. I'm going to walk away. All right. 6 minutes later. Well, that's not good. We are the mayor of Suckville. We're going to feel like a real bum if we lose $1 million on this trade. But we're going to lower the stop loss to here, and we're going to walk through it. Question number 1, were we wrong immediately on this one? The answer, so far. Okay. Number 2, because again, this is a learning experience. We're learning. This is a learning experience. I put my mind and my body under this type of stress all the time so that I can like push past it. This is, by the way, no, this is like, just letting you guys know, this is, if I'm still losing, this is like $968,000 of a loss. I mean, we're talking pennies here. So you're still losing a cool, a decent amount. All right. We're going to move the stop though. And then I'm recognizing that this is a bull candle that's closing, a bear candle that's closing above the 10 EMA. So if we break out of here, I'm going to plan to go long, stop down here and try to ride this up. Planning it ahead of time. Now, for those of you who your palms are sweating and you're already kind of freaking out, you're kind of panicked, which is fine. I love you. You're amazing. I promise you're going to want to study your relationship with money just a little bit. You're going to want to start to study your relationship with money. And the only way I know how to do that is read a bunch of books with the word money in the title. That's it. The one I always recommend is You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. And of course, Money Grows on Trees. 2 trades at the same time. Not yet. Not yet. I'm going to have my stop loss. And then when I get stopped out, I'm going to flip to the bull trade. All right, here we go. Next candle. Let's go. Dang, amazing. We just lost a fake $968,000. How cool is that? Okay, so I have the drawing here. Because, right, we got the bear candle is closing above the 10. So now I'm flipping. I'm going long. This trade, I'm out. So let's just, you know what? Let's just say we lost $1 million, because that's gonna sound really cool. Can you imagine the day when you tell a friend, yeah, I lost $1 million on the trades today? Can you imagine that? You might not be able to, but start wishing for bigger problems. Because a lot of individuals, I can tell you this, team, money will solve all of your money problems. Guaranteed. Your money problems stop at about $70,000 a year. Man, I'm on fire right now. This is the best class I've ever taught. Because the truth is, in a situation like this, right? Everything that you're thinking is going to matter. Everything that we're thinking is going to matter. All right. We're going to wait. It's got to pull back to 108.27 to get us in. We are in. Rotation's happening. Now let's see if it bounces. Pega says, so you set up your trade even though the price went up from the top of the bear candle. Yeah, we're getting in. We got in the high of the bear candle. It went above it. So what did we do? We set up a limit and we got in on a pullback. Type in a 4 if so far the drawing that I drew is doing exactly what I drew. I mean, this is exactly it. Trade up, come down. Cool. All right, we got the bull candle. Now I'm going to take my stop loss. I'm going to move it up to here. I'm trying to see if I can delete that purple line without deleting my thing. I don't think I can. All right, so now that I've moved my stop, I'm going to walk away for 30 minutes. Let's go, baby. Let's get this. Now, in this real situation, we are up 1.05 Rs. Because you may not know this, but I have traded $1 million R before. In this situation, I just lost a little bit on the last one. On this one, with this many bull candles in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're at a new high, and we're up into here, and I'm up more than an R, and I'm up more than I just lost on the prior trade. Yeah, I'm gonna throw in a limit sell. I'm gonna put a limit sell up here. Let's go. Boom. And you still want to celebrate. How cool is that? But do you see the conviction, the practice, I know we just lost on a trade. I get that. But now we just made that back with a limit sell. That's 1.14 Rs because I did a limit sell. I wanted to sell in the limit. And here's what's cool. Your brain's like, Newsome, I don't even understand $1 million. What are you flipping talking about, dude? 1.2 million shares trade hands right there. I don't think you guys know how much 1 million shares is. The most amount of shares I've ever bought on anything was like 180,000. 1.2 million on in 3 minutes, guys. Are you listening to this? 180 seconds? 1.289 million shares. It's almost 1.3. So what I'm getting at is your, whatever it was, 40,000 shares don't even show up on the radar. Are you getting what I'm listening to? Your mind is playing small, boys and girls. If you want abundance, it starts here first. One of the best ways that you will ever become rich is you have to think it first. And when I say think rich, I mean like really think rich. Really, really, really think it. And then step 2, place your mind, body, soul, and spirit there. If you can, physically. This right here, this is how you would do that. You place yourself in that moment physically, right? With the mind, with the, oh my gosh, I'm trading $1 million risk unit. Holy schmolies, right? I'm whatever crazy amount of shares. This is nuts. And you're really thinking through all of this. You're writing it down on the spreadsheet, how many shares you would be in. You're imagining the P&L that would be popping up here. You're imagining depositing it into your bank account. The book is called Think and Grow Rich, not Work Really Hard and Become Rich. That's not the name of the book. I'm giving you the exact formula for how I became a multi-millionaire by the age of 24. And then I lost it 3 separate times. That's okay. That's fine. Ah, good Lord. So fun. So fun. Man, I sucked. Did anyone else suck in your 20s? Or was it just me? All right, cool. You guys are all terrible. Now, Rickman, this is a good question because we're talking both trading and psychology and all the things here. Rickman, who I know personally, and I love this man. This guy is an incredible character. Great soul, great spirit. How do you avoid losing money once you have it? And the answer is have a very, very specific plan for it and know how to protect it. Study protection of money, study assets, study knowledge, study and be around people who have kept it, who have made it. Learn from them. Ask them exactly how they did it. Because here's the thing. Normally people are afraid to ask. Like most of you are going to, if you came to my house or you talk to me or whatever, you probably may have some type of like fear of judgment or whatever. If you walked up and asked whoever, yo, man, when you made your first million, how'd you keep it? What was your, like, what did you do? After you made $1 million, like, what did you do with it? These are questions that you should be asking really, really wealthy people. Because normally what they're going to tell you is, I reinvested it. That was my answer, right? I took more money and I bought more things. I bought stocks with it. I bought Bitcoin with it. I bought other assets that I was extremely confident in, that I had researched, that I had studied, and I knew how to protect myself. I studied collar strategies because collar strategies can be implemented with millions of dollars, billions of dollars, millions of shares, billions of shares, doesn't matter. You can create unlosable positions. The reason that the term is very real, the rich get richer, is because they know how to not lose. I can create stock positions that are worth millions of dollars and either make 3% or make 30%. That's insanity, but it's real. Isn't that cool? So you got to study protection. You do. You have to know about all aspects of protection, and you got to know the worst case scenarios and the bad case scenarios and the good case scenarios. And then, like me, if you made it before and then you lost a bunch of it, if that happened to you, you absolutely need to study your internal dialogue with money and with wealth and with success. And it's a journey. It's not a weekend thing, by the way. It's a multi-month, multi-year, lifelong, rest of your life type of journey where you're going internal. You're doing anything that's possible to learn and understand more about your relationship with success and making it. Because, oh, here we go. It's coming early. If you lost money before, however much, it doesn't matter, hundreds of thousands, millions, whatever, you lost a bunch of money. You didn't lose it. You gave it away because you didn't feel worthy of having it. Hold on for a moment. You're not going to believe me on that. You're going to go, no, that's insane, dude. I love money. I want so much money. No. Otherwise, you'd still have it. Sorry. Let's just talk facts here for a moment. If you still had it, right? If you lost, because remember, I'm talking from experience. I know how this feels. I know what rock bottom looks like. I know what it feels like. I know the coldness of that concrete. I know the color of it. I can almost tell you the taste of it, man. It tastes like Steel Reserve and ramen noodles, right? I know what rock bottom feels, looks, and tastes like. I've been there. And I realized that I'm not saying this is your fear, but one of my fears of holding money was judgment. Judgment. Who would I be judged by? I'd be judged by my mother. I'd be judged by my family. I'd be judged by people would look at me different. People would treat me different. People would say things about me that would make me feel awkward. And in that awkwardness, it would create pain. And I wanted to avoid that pain. So I just made sure I didn't have the money. Obviously, that's subconscious. I realize that your brain normally isn't saying, oh, yeah, let me just give all my money away because I'm afraid that my mom won't love me anymore. Your brain's not saying that, but your subconscious brain is. Your mind, your conscious mind, creates approximately 12,000 thoughts a day. What do I wear? Should I drink this water? Should I turn the heater on? Should I put my shoes on? Like, what type of shoes should I put on? What type of shirt? Maybe I have a weird map shirt. What should I wear? These are thoughts that you're thinking. The subconscious mind processes 4 million thoughts a day. 4 million. Every time your heart beat, your brain had to think about that. Your subconscious mind. Every time you blink, your blood pressure, what's it called when you sustain the heat on your body? Hypothalamus is not the right answer. That's supposed to come to my brain. It's not the right answer at all. I don't even know what that is. Homeostasis. Dang, I got it. I got it before you guys typed it in. I don't know what a hypothalamus is. I don't think that's anything. All of that, your body's doing subconsciously. Type in a 1 if I'm right, though. I mean, that's just according to science thus far. Maybe I'm wrong, but from what I've studied about it. So it is not your conscious mind that's screwing you over. It's your subconscious mind. It's all those little nooks and crannies and fears that you just haven't healed into yet, that you haven't really alleviated. You haven't really broached that subject, and you haven't done the things that other people have done to get past that. Because one of the questions that I had about, okay, fine, if that's true, then how did Mark Zuckerberg become a billionaire without doing all like the hairy fairy yoga, stupid forgiveness workshops and all these like prayers and meditation? Like, how did he become a billionaire? Because he ripped people's faces off and slit their throat. He didn't have any care of judgment at all. Not just Mark Zuckerberg, but a lot of people in that position, they didn't care. They would walk over their grandmother for some more success. And then they would pull granny aside when they got there. Your fear of judgment is what's holding you back. Your fear of being judged by others. It's not Christian to make that amount of money, or it's not insert whatever your religious beliefs are, or your political beliefs. Oh, I can't really be a great Democrat if I have $400 million in my bank account, or I can't be a great Republican if I don't donate a certain amount of money. Whatever it is, like, you're going to have these random beliefs because here's the fact. If you believed truly that you would have it, you would have it. That's what I'm telling you. I know that to be true. I know that to be true. It is 1,000% accurate. What you have in your life right now, you have it because you feel you truly deserve it. Based on your subconscious blueprint of success, happiness, wealth, family, all those things. If you do not drive a Rolls Royce, it's because you do not want to be judged, because you don't want to be driving a Rolls Royce. You don't want people to think about you or call you something. You don't want whatever random friend that you might have in your life to go, oh, got it. She thinks she made it now. Okay. She thinks she's all big and bad because she got a Rolls Royce. It's just the truth. If you can start removing these judgments, if you can start going person by person, case by case, dollar by dollar, over the course of many, many, many months, over many months, you will start unwinding that and more money will come into your life, because money is a relationship energy. If you have a bad relationship with yourself, guess what you're also going to have a bad relationship with? Money. Now, I'm sure you've heard of, or you maybe even know some people who have tons and tons and tons and tons of money, but they're broken and empty inside and they're not happy. Because money is a relationship energy. They focused all of their time, focus, beliefs, thoughts on walking over people, doing certain things to get all the money. And they never turned the flashlight inward. They did this first. They said, let me get as much money as humanly possible, and then I'll figure out all the spiritual inner work, all the emotional stuff. I personally have never met a billionaire who's like, you know what? I feel really bad because I screwed that person over. I did this and this and this, and I shouldn't have done that. It was pretty shady, but I've learned. I haven't met really, really, really wealthy people that weren't like, man, you know what, dude, in order to get where I had to do some things that, looking back, I really wouldn't have done. They had certain values. They had certain beliefs that you may not have. And here's how I can prove it. Whatever job you might have, whatever income you might have presently, that's the one that you wanted. You wanted the job that you have now at some point in time. You wanted the salary that you have now at some point in time. You thought that's exactly what would be good enough. And so you got it. Because it aligns with your skill sets. It aligns with your values. It aligns with what you know, and it aligns with what you've studied. It's not overly surprising. And whatever those values that you've studied and believed for 10 or 15 years is exactly what you have now. So if you want something different, you're going to have to do something different. You're going to have to believe something different. Money is energy. It's a relationship energy. So if money is energy and thoughts are energy, then money is thoughts using the transitive property. So if you want more money, you have to create different thoughts. You have to think different things. That's the name of the book, Think and Grow Rich. We have one individual saying, I don't think I have a fear of judgment for having a lot of money. I have a fear of not having enough and not knowing how to make a lot of money. No, because you don't have to make money to have it. So again, that's a belief system. You have a belief system that says, I have to make money in order to have it. I have to work for money. I have to know something, right? I have to know something. Because when you say not have enough, you don't even know what enough is. You haven't studied enough. Because enough is an internal journey. Because you can never have enough money because there's always being more that's created. But you can have enough fulfillment. Again, truth. Because I can read the statement, right? Your statement, as beautiful and gorgeous and true for you as it is, you don't have to make money to have it. People can just give you money. Saying this as humbly as I can, I get 1 or 2 offers a month just to own people's businesses, portions of their businesses for free because they like me. Like, dude, here, sign on the dotted line. I'm gonna give you 15% of my company because I just think you're an amazing person. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends on, do I want that energy connected to me or not? Do I want their business? Sometimes I'm like, man, I love you so much. It's amazing, but thank you. No, I just exist. So I don't have to do anything for money sometimes, a lot of times. Sometimes you can think and create more money. I'm not saying like manifest it necessarily. I'm saying you can think of an idea, call somebody, tell them the idea you just thought of. They go, wow, that's a brilliant idea. They implement that idea. They make a bunch of money and they give you some of it for that idea. Oh, I like this. Diana says, I think I decided I would rather be fulfilled than rich, but I'm realizing I'd rather be both. Bang. You nailed it. So, Diana, what that means for you, and I do know you personally as well, but just regardless if I knew you or not, from that standpoint, you are an amazing, very healed, very bright, positive, extremely energetic, kind, loving, generous person. Meaning, you focused how many years would you say on peace, calmness, serenity, and fulfillment? 34. She says 34 years. There you go. Right? Most of your life, all of your life. Me, I didn't really worry about that. I didn't think that was an issue. I didn't worry about peace. I had to work on that in my mid 20s. I wasn't even allowed to meditate until I was 24. All these things, right? Because I had beliefs. My beliefs were all religious. So I had all kinds of weird religious beliefs that I had to battle through. So the fun picture of all this is there's a very, very popular quote. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Type it in two if you've heard that one. Daniel says, that's interesting. My desire to be rich is more for the stability aspect of it. Sure, I hate the part about other people judging me, but my solution to that would be just be an undercover millionaire living super below my means. I love that, Daniel. It's amazing, man. But that's also a lot of internal, like little sprinkles in there. I'm gonna get to that in just a moment after this the statement, right? Everyone's typing in a two. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can not only have your cake, but it can be made by a Michelin star chef and served to you on a beach that's on a private island surrounded by your best friends in the world. What if you lived with that mentality for next rest of your life. Meaning, there's this one quote, guys, and I'm not saying this is a quote that I'm still struggling with. I've been struggling with it for a year, and I like it a lot. You can have everything all the time. When I hear that, I'm just like, that can't be true, though. It's just a fun quote. I'm not saying that you have to change your whole life and live by it. You can. It's really cool if you do it. But if you have the idea that you can have everything all the time, it will challenge all of your beliefs, all of them. Type in a 9 if you're like, as soon as I said that, your brain was like, nah, that's stupid. Right? Throw in some 9s, exactly. Throw in some 9s because you're like, that's dumb. There's no way you can literally do all of that. You can't have everything that you want all the time. They're like, I get it. I battle that now, and I have everything all the time. A lot of the times, man, it's like, it's crazy. Dang. I still struggle with that one. So I'm gonna go back to what my boy Daniel said, because this is really, really, guys, this is so beautiful. Daniel, I love this so much, my man. I love it so much because there's this book called The Millionaire Next Door, and it talks about this concept. So Daniel says, my desire to be rich is more for the stability aspect. So Daniel wants to be rich. So he has wealth and security equal, right? Meaning wealth will bring him security. However, if other people know that he's extremely wealthy, that will infringe upon his security. He has that belief, because here's how it continues. I hate the part about other people judging me, but my solution is hide from the world. He didn't say that. He said, my solution is to be an undercover millionaire living super below my lane so that no one knows. I'm gonna be out in isolation, hiding my light, hiding myself from the world so that no one knows that I'm rich and wealthy. That's my solution to not being judged, is I'm going to hide. Because if I say my opinions, if I state my voice, if I'm true to myself, other people are still going to judge me. Meaning there's a conflict in there, my brother. It is not our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most scares us. Meaning, Daniel, if you shine as bright as possible, my guy, that light, right? If you isolate and hide and build a house that's whatever, modest and mediocre so that no one knows that you have $400 million in the bank, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just simply saying that that is still a fear of judgment. That's all I'm saying. It's still a fear. So you're saying, hey, instead of me flaunting my wealth, I'm just going to like do nothing so that no one knows I'm rich. I'm just going to hide. It's crazy, man. I battled with that one for years, dude. Years. I still push past it. It's still a very interesting dilemma. It's extremely unique. And again, I'm not saying it's bad by any means. But if your soul's purpose on this earth, if you have a calling to be a little bit greater than you are now, you're going to have to shine that light at some point. If you're going to, you don't have to. But if you're going to live in the world that you were created and designed for, you're going to have to really be big and share and spread and talk and create and really give. If that's your soul's purpose. If you are designed and created to be, and you can find that out, right? If you're designed and created to be that undercover, silent, Batman style, money vigilante, that you give billions of dollars away every year and no one knows your name, that's okay too. That can be your soul's purpose. There's a great book by, there's a biography by, the guy's name is Chuck Neely, and I forget the actual name of the book right now, but he designed and created the stores in the airport. They're tax-free, the duty shops, and he's a billionaire and gave so much money away, no one knows who he was. So it's really, really cool. Vic says, my deepest fear is that I can't provide for my family. Nope. I love you. That's not your deepest fear. Your deepest fear is that your family won't love you because you can't provide for them. Whole different thing, my brother. Whole different thing. Because if you don't provide for them, what's going to happen, right? That's the thing. If you do not provide for them, they're going to feel a certain way, right? And that feeling is going to affect you. But it's good to know your true your true fear at this stage of your life. You're like, this is absolutely my fear. Is my fear. And team, according to one of my mentors, Tony Robbins says that everyone has two major fears: the fear that they won't be loved and the fear that they're not enough. Everything stems from those two fears. Right. So there was a comment in the comments earlier about, I don't know if I'm enough. I don't know if I'm going to have enough. I don't know if I'm going to be able to create enough, or how much is enough, right? That's a fear. I'm not enough, AKA I won't be loved by other people because I won't know my true value, my true gift, my true take for the world. I won't know any of that. So that therefore I'm just existing. And then how do I know if I'm really existing for the right purpose? How do I know if I'm enough? It's a valid fear. My fear, for sure, number one fear is that I'm not going to be loved. Absolutely. My whole purpose on this earth is to love. That's why I'm here, man. So my battle is when I tell something to someone that offends them or hurt their feelings or say something that might be mean or whatever. And I have to get past that fear of judgment that they cast upon me so that they don't love me anymore. Once I 5 or 6 years ago was like, you know what? Not everyone's going to love me. Some people are just never going to like me ever. Man, dude, that changed everything for me. As stupid as that sounds. I became so much more wealthy after I just said, like, yeah, whatever. Who cares? It's wild. And I know I'm going really deep, but I will say this. I go equally as deep. There's a course that's totally for free. It's called the Real Life Trading Psychology course. If you haven't taken it, it's 7 hours of this, where all I'm doing is just talking about this guy right here, this girl right here, talking about your brain, talking about the mindset that holds us back and all the things that we're doing incorrectly because of our fear of judgment or not being enough or fear or scarcity. Vic says, you paid your dues, Jeremy. My brother, I did, my guy. I did. I paid them. I paid them. And so now I want to help other people not have to pay them through pain. Because I do believe that you can have and you can experience everything that I have now. You can experience it through enough pain or through enough pleasure. You get to choose. But you have to push past the fear of judgment. Now, most of you, a lot of you are already millionaires, but for those who might not be, if you're not a millionaire right now, I can tell you immediately how to become a millionaire. You can literally just go out and just knock on doors and sell something. Literally, that's it. Sell a $500 thing to 20,000 people. Get $1 million. Nope, sorry. Did the math wrong. That's $10 million. $500 thing to 2,000 people. That's $1 million. There's 2,000 people that live in your neighborhood. A $500 thing, knock, 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 $500 thing to 2,000 people. That's nothing. If you're not a millionaire, Go do that this year, please. Not sell them anything, man. I'll come in and clean your house for $500. I'll clean your car 3 times a year. I'll mow, whatever. I don't know an easier way than that. There's a faster way. Stocks are faster, but easier. Good night. Now, what are you gonna have to do to overcome that? You're gonna have to overcome that fear of rejection, the fear of judgment. Who is this person knocking on my door? What are they trying to sell me? I am trying to sell you something, but before I sell it, let me find out if you're the right person for this product. But type it in 2 if that math is mind-blowing. $500 to 2,000 people. That's the amount of people that you will see this week. You will see 2,000 people. Shoot, guys, 1,000 people is 500 grand. 500 people is $250,000. I mean, $250,000, 500 people. You take $5,000 of that, buy a $500,000 funded account through Real Life Trading, take another $40,000, buy Tesla with it at 180, sell it at 220, make 35% return, take another $200,000 of it, buy a nice house, fix it up, sell it in 2 years. You won't have to pay any capital gains, take all the money made from the house, and then do it again with the next one. Boom. You're all millionaires in 2 years. That's it. It's not hard. I get asked all the time, Newsom, if you lost all of it tomorrow, how long would it take you to get it back? Dude, weeks, dude, like weeks or a month. It would be so fast. It'd be so quick. I would be relentless. Relentless. Because I know the path and it's not hard. It's numbers. It's 2nd grade math. If you want it, team, it's right in front of you. This is also a true story. You could all very easily be an affiliate for Real Life Trading. Knock on 2,000 people's doors. Sell me. Sell Real Life Trading. And eventually you talk to enough people, they'll buy some products and I'll pay you $500 a person, right? They pay me for something. I'm going to give you some of that money. You know, go get your affiliate. I paid out $4,000 in affiliates last week. We're not like a multi-level marketing scheme. It's just a very basic affiliate, right? Like if you go to a coffee shop and you tell the 20 people in the coffee shop, you go to each one, hey, you should really take this class. I just learned this class. It was really, really great. Sign up. Here's my affiliate link. Oh, you have an affiliate link? Yeah. I mean, I'm going to make, $250 if you sign up, but I'm just here because it's really great. But if you want to make some extra money, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? How can you be an affiliate? That's a good question. I'll show you. It's the easiest thing ever. RealLifeTrading.com. Scroll down to the bottom. Right. RLT affiliates. Bang. And then launch the affiliate program and just sign up. Here's 4 videos on how it works. Right. Craig Levine makes thousands of dollars just selling Real Life Trading. And again, team, it's not a weird, it's not sketchy. It's nothing strange. It's very simple. If you sign up for an affiliate and they buy anything ever, I'll pay you money. That's typing 1. That's simple though, right? Like I'm not overcomplicating it. That's pretty basic. It's just a regular old affiliate. But how many other affiliate programs are there out there that you could be a part of? I mean, maybe your favorite soap has an affiliate, maybe your favorite chocolate, maybe your favorite brand of beer, maybe your favorite mini fridge, maybe your favorite camera. I don't know, maybe. But that's why I said sales is the easiest thing. Stocks are the fastest, real estate's the safest. I want every single person here to become extremely, extremely wealthy so we can do everything we want to do together all the time without worry. It's available. It is available. It can happen. Questions, top takeaways. Matt DeLong is going to be here next week. Valentine's Day, I believe, is Tuesday. He's going to give you guys the night off for Valentine's Day. He will pre-record a video for you so you can watch on your spare time, but you can go hang out with your lover, your bride, your spouse, your husband, whomever. And so he'll be doing that for you. Also, really quick fun fact for those who made it all the way to the end. If you did, man, congratulations. There's going to be a gentleman who's going to be popping in into the 9A program. His name is Lucian. So Lucian's one of the traders that made it. This guy and his perfect wife, they make money full-time trading the markets. And I love this guy so much. Team, he literally reaches out to me and was like, yo, dude, I love what you're doing. Thanks so much, man. I haven't mentioned this to you before. I have tons of time. I'm making money trading. I just want to help. I just want to volunteer. Like, how can I help? Just want to help. I was like, dude, let's go. So anyway, Lucian's going to help you with some of your questions. So if you see Lucian, you can trust him. You can believe on that guy. If he's posting in the chats, like if he's giving you feedback on your charts or whatever. Okay. So just throwing that out there. If you see his name pop up, he's been with Real Life Trading for at least 3 years. I met him, I think, a year and a half ago. He came up to Nashville with his wife and we had barbecue at Martin's Barbecue. Anyway. Jose says, I'm signing up and I'm seeing you in Vegas. You're coming to Vegas. Oh, nice, dude. Okay. Sweet. I can't wait. That's going to be really cool. Dinah says, I can have everything all the time. My new self-talk. Ooh, that's a good one. That was going to change your life a little bit. All right. Kenny says, awesome class. Lots to think about. Great class. Rickman. Gay Hendricks, author of The Big Leap, talks about this very subject of self-sabotage and the upper limit mindset. Great book. That is a great book. Solid book. Jill says, I need to replay this one ASAP. Let's get it, Rockstar. Perry says, just paid my first $100 for completion of your course to someone. Oh, no way. Okay, that's awesome, Wayne. I love it, man. That's so cool. So someone completed the course and you're giving them $100 for every person who finishes? What a legend. What a rock star. Let's go. That's the abundant mindset right there. Peggy, you're super welcome. Team, I hope this program and class and course is helpful and valuable. Just know that I'm always doing this from a place of love. That's who I am at my core. I'm no longer afraid of judgment. I'm no longer afraid of worry or doubt or issues or selfishness or people calling me greedy. I'd rather be called greedy than broke all day long. Wrap that one up. That's another quote for the books. But I'll tell you this. I dare you to find someone who can outgive me. I care so much. I truly, truly do. And we will together change the outlook in the financial system, and the whole system is getting changed. Because I am relentless. I am resilient. This is what I'm here for. I know my purpose. And I want to say thank you for being along with me and for helping me impact the world and enrich lives. I love you so much. Have an incredible weekend. And until next time, love life, and trade it. Bye.